Welcome to waidusmacademy. Today we're going to be looking at ICT chapter 7 part 2, ICT used in workplace. So we want to quickly look at the use of ICT in the workplace. Okay, so without much ado, let's quickly go through it. We already looked at, in business, you've studied things like batch production or batch processing, line production, and real-time production. All these things you've looked at in business. But in this context, in ICT, we want to look at batch processing, online processing, and real-time processing in the context of ICT. In what? Context of ICT. So we want to look at this in the context of ICT. But before we do that, we should be able to understand the wider range of the work-related IT applications and the effects they have in our environment. And so we're going to start from the areas where these things, ICTs are applicable. Areas in the workplace where ICTs are applicable. So we're looking at communication applications. So we started with the first one, which is the communication application. One is communication. So we use IT in the workplace to do communication, right? When we say communication, you send email in the workplace, you send email to people and they respond to you. And you use the telephony to call people and they respond to you. So there are different ways. You use the website. All these are communication. So these are applications of ICT. So we look at the specific area where we apply all these communications in the office. So we say number one, we use ICT for communication. And then we look at the specific area. One is the internet. In the office, we use the internet in the office, right? So in the office, you can see that we often use the internet. So internet is one area where we can communicate with people within our organization and with people outside our organization. So internet is one aspect of area how we use the ICT to communicate in the office. Another area where we similarly use the ICT or finance application is email application. We use communication. We send emails to people within our organization and email to people outside our organization. Remember, email means electronic mail. We send electronic mail to people within our organization and people outside our organization. So it's fall under the podium of communication. Fall under the podium of communication. Another one we use in the office often is fax. Okay, fax. To send fax messages to people, whether within our organization or outside our organization. Okay, so another application is the fax, which falls under communication, right? Which falls under communication. So, and then another application in the office is the electronic conferencing, e-conferencing. Okay? For communication, we have what we call electronic or e-conferencing. So nowadays you can use Zoom, you can use Google Meet to hold meeting. Okay, all these are and communicate. All these are the application of ICT. All these are application of ICT. So you can see in communication there are various methods or various ways of communicating with people in the office. Okay, in the workplace. So we say e-conferencing. We also talk about telephony. Okay, telephone calls. Okay, they are connected to modem now. Okay, telephones in the office. So all these are ICT compliance devices or method that has enabled workplace to be easy, has enabled workplace to be an easy place. Another one is the internet telephony. Okay, apart from mobile telephone, we also have internet telephone. So I just put them together as telephone. So one is mobile telephone in the office, and the other one is internet. So we have internet telephone, and then we have the mobile telephone. Okay, these are areas where ICT-5 application in the workplace, in the worker place. Are you with me? So now let's take a look at another application. This is one broad application of ICT in the workplace for communication. And in the communication, we look at specific application in communication where this find usage. Now the second one, number 2, where ICT find usefulness in our workplace is the publicity and corporate image. Publicity, let's just say publicity. We stick with publicity. Okay, ICT is used for publicity, for publicizing anything. Okay, for displaying, for publicizing anything, publicity. Okay, so ICT is used to create publicity about a product or about a service, to create awareness about a product or about a service. Okay, ICT is used to create awareness about a product or about a service. One of the ways we can use ICT to design business cards, letterhead, flyers, and brochures. So when we say for publicity, how do we use ICT to create publicity in a workplace? We can use it to design what? Business card. You see, in an organization, the staff are given a business card so that everywhere they go, they want to give a number to anyone, their numbers, or their email. Those numbers and email are in the business card. So they just give the business card to anyone. So the essence of giving a business card is for the fact that you are actually advertising the business, because the name of the business will be on the business card. So giving business card is actually creating a publicity platform, creating a publicity and advertising the business. So we say ICT is used for creating publicity. Another thing we do with ICT for publicity is designing flyers, using ICT to design flyers. Okay, ICT knowledge to design flyers, right? Another one is to design brochures. Okay, another one is that we use ICT to design brochures. We use ICT to design brochures, right? And another one, letterhead. Brochures, the letterhead, okay? Brochures, and then we use them to design letterhead. Company letterhead. See, you want to print anything, you print on company letterhead to kind of advertise the company. Anytime you print anything on the company letterhead, directly or indirectly, you are advertising the company. You are advertising the company. Is that okay? So that's the second use of ICT. Let's go to the third use of ICT in the office. Okay, the third use of ICT in a workplace. The third usage of ICT in a workplace. Here we look at manufacturing industry, application in manufacturing industry for like robot. They are used for manufacturing cars, you know, right? Robots used in manufacturing cars and production line control. We use ICT to control the production chain. So manufacturing. So we can simply write manufacturing here. ICT is used for manufacturing. How? Robots are actually ICT. They are computers. They are microelectronics. So they are computers. So robots are microelectronics, which are computers. So we use ICT to design the robot. The knowledge of ICT to make robots. And also we use ICT to control our production line. We use ICT to control production line. Okay, so we can just say it's a production line. So these are areas where we use ICT. We can also use it for design, like drawing, CAD or CAM. Computer aided design and computer aided manufacturing. So apart from manufacturing, we also use it for design. Okay, the car you want to manufacture, you have to design it first. The house you want to build, you have to design it first. So you'll be hearing of Corel Draw, you'll be hearing of Photoshop. All these things are used for designing the product that you want to make. So these are knowledge of ICT. Okay, so not only for manufacturing, we also use for design. Okay, so I think we can add design. They did add it here, but we can add. Okay, but before then, let's go to finance, the billing system, the stock control, the payroll. ICT is used for finance. Okay, number 4, ICT is used in organization for calculation of the payroll, the billing system, the income system, the accounting, finance and accounting. ICT is used for finance and accounting. ICT is used for finance and accounting, like the billing system. So we write finance, number 4. So ICT is used for finance. So we can say finance and accounting. So, but I will just write finance for usability. Finance / accounting. That's what ICT can be used for finance and accounting. How do we use, or which area does it find its own application in finance and accounting? ICT is used for billing system. Okay, for a workplace, if you want to bill your customer, ICT is being used for billing system. Okay, we say billing system for billing. I'll just write billing. Okay, billing. ICT is used for billing. Okay, which other thing is it used for in this regard? It's used for stock control and payroll, for calculating salaries of workers. Okay, so we say payroll. Used for payroll. Is used for payroll. Is used for stock control, to take inventory. It's used for taking inventory of stock that the company or the organization has. Stock control or stock inventory. So these are how ICT finds its usage in finance and accounting. This is how ICT finds its usage in finance and accounting. ICT is also used in school management system. Number 5, school management. School management. Where you log in, you find your classes, you join your classes, or you see your finance, your school fees, what you're supposed to pay, and everything. So ICT is used for school management. It's used for school management. There's not only school management, there's what we call case management for law firms. Case management. ICT is used for case management, school management. It's used for hospital management, for diagnostic, for reporting, for billing in the hospital. There's so many areas nowadays we apply it. The booking system. Okay, for school management, for taking registration, records, report. Okay, these are the work they do in school, right? When you say school management, what are the area they cover? Registration, student registration, student record, student report. So ICT is used for school management in the area of registration. Are you with me? In the area of registration, in the area of recording of data, students' data, the preparing student report card, report. Okay, all these are in school management system. Even nowadays, even exams are on the school management system, the portal. Okay, exam and so on and so forth. Quizzes, assignments, everything. So we cannot mention all of them. Okay, so apart from that, we go to booking system, travel agency, cinema and theater. Okay, booking. Number 6, ICT is used for booking system. For example, nowadays you don't have to go to travel agency, right? You can book your ticket, your flight ticket from your house. You can book your flight ticket from your house. You don't have to go to any travel agency. So booking system. In booking system, what are the areas we cover in booking system? The areas that we cover in booking system. One, travel. If you want to book any travel, hotels. You want to book your hotels. Travel ticket. Okay, we can say travel ticket. You want to book your hotels that you stay when you travel, where you stay. You use ICT. You just go to internet and book for hotel. Okay, hotels, hotel reservation, ticket reservation, and so on and so forth. Okay, you can even pay online, even payment system, ICT. We'll talk about that. Okay, hotel reservation, travel reservation, cinema, theater. You can buy cinema ticket from your house. You don't have to get to cinema before you pay for cinema ticket. For cinema, and then for theater. If you have anything to go and watch in a theater, you can reserve your listing before you go. Okay, so ICT finds all this application. Then now we talk about booking system, banking. What about banking? Another application of ICT, the banking. Okay, banking and the medicine and libraries and so on and so forth. So I think I will just write their headings. We'll describe them and what they use for. Okay, we'll say banking. Number 7, ICT is used for banking. Now, how do we use ICT for banking? We use it for mobile banking, internet banking, online transfer, and so on and so forth. So ICT is used for banking. Okay, internet banking. So I don't need to write so that will be fast. And then ICT is used for medicine in the hospital. Okay, medical application. So we say medicine. One, the hospital management. Every hospital now have management system, just like school management system. Hospital have a management system where the names of patients register when they get to hospital, or they'll be registered by the people in the counter. And then you'll be asked to see a doctor. Doctor will diagnose you. Doctor will key your data in the system. And then they also have the pharmacy record where you collect your drugs or you buy your drugs. They have the different departments, radiography and everything. So every department you attend to will key your data and your results on the system. So this is hospital management system, which is called application in medicine. So other applications, where areas we have the use of ICT, there are many, right? There are so many. Apart from, we use them in library, and also expert system, like the diagnosing the car fault and so on and so forth. Okay? ICT is used in library. Library is a huge place where books, you may not know where a particular book is kept on the shelf. So, but with ICT, you can just search the book up and tell you the shelf number and all the details. Then the day you borrow it, the day you return it, and penalty if you don't return. It's a whole management system called the library management system. Even in law, it's used for law, case management system. Okay, to manage cases, case management system. So I will say case, I'll just write abbreviation for the rest. KMS, case management system. So it's used in case management system. It's used in car, other applications like prospecting for oil ring and so on and so forth. Detecting faults in cars and so on and so forth. So we just summarize as other applications where we can list them. Okay, so these are the applications, areas where we use ICT. These are different areas where we find the application of ICT. Retail industry. They're using expert system, retail industry. Retail industry, like they're using stock control, POS, the point of sales where you pay with the POS machine. You just put your card You key in your PIN number and then the payment is done, or you just swipe your card. Then electronic fund transfer POS also. You find application there, electronic fund transfer POS. Then internet shopping. ICT is used for internet shopping. When you say retail, like Lazada, like shopping, like this big one in America, Amazon, like Amazon, like all those big eBay. So we use to shop. We say internet shopping. Automatic re-record also. Someone can make a video and then you re-record the same thing. So ICT is used for all these things. It's not really limited to all of this. ICT is used for online education now. So nowadays we have online education. Okay, so we can say online education. ICT is used for online education. ICT is also used for YouTube engineering. ICT is used for YouTube engineering. Okay, so there's so many things, areas where we find the use of ICT. Now let's take a look at the mode of computer usage. What mode? How do we use them? There are three ways of using ICT in workplace. There are three ways. The first one is called the batch processing. Now, in a batch process or batch processing, meaning a lot of things are keyed at the same time. Okay, a lot of data are processed at the same time. These data are sent to a computer. For example, the salary of 10,000 employees. Okay, you cannot do it manually. So you let the computer run it for you. This is called batch processing. Okay, you let the computer run it for you. Okay, we can prepare the data into a set or a batch and hand it over to the computer to process it for us at a go. Okay, so the computer will process this information for us and pay the staff one time. Once we have prepared the batch of data, no user input is required again for this to be processed. Now the computer works its way through and process this data automatically. So that's it, the computer will process it. This kind of processing large information at one time is called batch processing. Okay? Now, area where we find application of batch processing is payroll. Payroll processing, if you're paying salary. Let's say you have many people in your organization, 1,000 employees, and you're paying them the same day. The salary will drop the same time. It's not like you pay this person 1 minute. You pay this person 1 minute. You wait the next minute, you are paying the next. No, everything will drop at a time. The bank will just use this technology, batch processing, to key the information, and they just press OK. Everything will drop in the staff account at one time. The same time, everyone's salary will drop. Okay. Then also processing back check. You use batch processing to process multiple checks. The bank use ICT to process multiple checks at the same time. Then printing of bank statements. Okay, we use this to prepare the bank statement and also print bank statement. Updating of stock in the database or stock database. So all these are areas where you use the batch process, meaning multiple work, so many work done at the same time. Okay, these are areas where we use the batch process. Then the second mode of using ICT in the workplace is the real-time processing. Okay, the real-time processing, the data needs to be processed immediately, right? We cannot wait and process it later. When the data has to be processed immediately, you can't wait to process it. For instance, if we want to book a seat on a plane, you cannot wait. If you have to travel, you have to book it then and then. So the booking must be processed immediately. You cannot postpone it. So we can't put it in a pile and do it later. We cannot put it in a pile like batch processes and do it later and by hitting the go button or OK button. But batch processing, something needs to be done. Real-time processing, something needs to be done. It has to be done at that point in time. Okay. So if an item of input data must be processed immediately, then the result is ready before the next input is keyed or is accepted. So for real-time processing, you have to do one and process it first before you send another data for processing. You have to send one, process it first, before you send another one for processing. This is what we call real-time processing. Good example of real-time processing is a hospital patient. If you are attending to a patient, the others have to wait. It's when you finish attending to one patient that you can attend to another patient. This kind of processing is called real-time processing. Real-time processing. Another application is the computer controls system, e.g. the automatic production line. Okay, one has to be done before the other one. Okay, if you are making car in automated automatic production line, they are coming one by one. So one car has to be treated before the next one will be treated, before the next one will be treated. This type of processing is called real-time processing. Another one is the payment system. The payment, no, I'm not talking about the salary, the electronic form POS. Okay, you have to do one person before you do another person. If someone wants to use the POS, you have to do his transaction first before you do another transaction. Or ATM. You queue in an ATM automated teller machine. ATM is an automated teller machine. You have to queue up. One person has to put their ATM card and process and take out their money before another person can put their ATM. When he finishes, he leaves the queue, and then another person comes and process and take their money. This type of processing in the workplace is known as real-time processing. So the type of process where you have to do one first before you can do another one, you have to do one first before you do another thing, is called real-time processing. Okay, there are three ways of processing things in a workplace. The first one is the batch processing, where you process thousands of things together at the same time. The second one is real-time processing, when you have to process one at a time. The third one is the online processing. Okay, the online processing, we say an online system is one where the user is directly interacting with the computer. You are interacting with the system. The user is online with the computer. So you are interacting with it. So any system where the user is entering the data directly by himself into the computer must be an online system. So if the data is being entered and then processed, it is an online processing. So not you just enter. I'm not saying anytime you enter the data in a computer, that's an online process. No. An online process is a process whereby you enter the data and the computer processes the data at the same time immediately and give you the feedback. So that's an online processing. So example of online processing include the online booking system. When you book a ticket, immediately, like the flight ticket, immediately you get the receipt of payment. It will process it for you. Once you key the day of departure, the day of arrival, or the day of return, and the number of passenger, your name, your passport number, you key all these basic details, and you click go. It will process it. You reach the payment part. You make the online payment. It will process it and send the ticket to you immediately. So the computer will process it. You are working with the computer, and the computer is processing it and giving you the receipt of booking the flight immediately. So this is called online processing. Okay, so in a workplace, there are three ways of through which in organization we work in the office. Either we use the batch processing, like we are doing super manufacture of many things. We are paying salary, we are paying thousands of people, we are processing many things at the same time, or we have what we call the real-time processing, where you have to do one thing at a time, or you have the online one where you have to key in everything, the computer interacts with you and give you the feedback immediately. So a good example is flight booking, cinema seat booking, and so on and so forth. And another one is computer games, the FPS driving games in the computer. So these ones are, and they are called the online processes. So I think we will come to the end of this section of this class. Thank you for joining us.